Hi, gorgeous Aries. So happy to sit with my fire family and talk to you. Aries, you know I love you. And I love your way. I love how open you are. When I spend time with my Aries, I know exactly where I stand. I love your openness, your enthusiasm. I love your directness. These are things that I just cherish about you. And I don't think you should ever live life outside of your natural way. I know I tell you to be patient and to relax and to practice these other things, right? Because whatever energy we are innately born with, we're always kind of learning the other skill sets, right, that aren't so natural to us. And I was thinking about you all for July, because July is just a wild ride for everyone. Everyone is going to have a bit of a roller coaster and an incorporation time. And I was thinking about you all because I was thinking about how to utilize that amazing, clear, focused, driven Aries energy in a way that will work so well with the amount of retrograde action and eclipses going on in July. And what I realized is the key for you, and the note I have for you is watch and pay attention and be very wise with where you use your directed, focused, open-hearted energy. I'm not telling you to stop being that warm, vibrant, open, forward-focused person at all. But I don't want to see the Aries fire get burnt out from, using your natural way to the point where there are situations that aren't going to budge this month. There are situations that just are not going to play out this month because there's different energies going on, because people are going through their own things. I mean, we have your ruling planet Mars retrograde in Aquarius, your 11th house, and it's the closest to the Earth it ever will be right now. It will be in July, and it's retrograde. And that does mean, that normal way of the initiation of everybody is getting a little bit affected right now. We have that. We have, and already, 6 of Wands, leaving behind burdens that aren't working for you, right? With fire energy, all fire signs, it is so tempting to just warm up the world, and you can't do it. So figuring out what's holding you down, what's weighing you down, and paying attention to where you're feeling that, where you're feeling exhaustion, where you're feeling burnout or fatigue, where you're feeling like situations aren't honoring your fire, where you're feeling like maybe you're using energy in a way that isn't the most efficient, pay attention to it this month. We have a new moon that is a partial solar eclipse on July 13th. It's not really going to be visible to the vast majority of people. Ace of Pentacles, hell yeah, look at that though, you guys. You leave behind something that burdens you, what comes in results. You make space energetically. You create a little bit of space, a little bit of a vacuum. Something comes in to fill it in immediately. So, keeping some faith in this process. Yes, we have this new moon in Cancer on the 13th. It's your 4th house of your home dynamics. Maybe you're making changes in your home. Maybe you're shifting around. You're moving different pieces in your internal spaces. I mean, that's a lot about real estate and just where energetically things work for you, where you feel you have good spaces to work in. Eclipses close out old energetic cycles and open up new ones. It's moving things around. We have Venus. This just popped out right when I was about to mention Venus. Venus moving into Virgo, your 6th house, on the 13th as well. That's about how you're taking care of your body, how your daily rituals. And there's so much here this month about how you're utilizing your energy, Aries. So much about that, and being very wise with where you put your fire, and being very conscious of where you want to put your fire for the second half of the month. Jupiter's going direct in the 8th house of other people's money on the 10th. It's one of the few planets that will be direct by the time we hit the end of this month. And this is what I'm talking about with July. It's this kind of thing where everything's retrograde. By the end of the month, the same day that we have the Aquarius full moon in your 11th house, which is a total lunar eclipse. For those in the southern hemisphere, they will be seeing it Temperance, yes. Ninth house expansion. There's a lot of good energy here, you guys. Just saying. If you're wise enough to slow down and look for it. Well, okay, so we have this expansive Aquarian full moon lunar eclipse that is just going to be amazing. It is going to be a day of surprises, intensity. There's going to be the desire for there's a lot of nervous energy here. Not only that, but the day before that full moon, Mercury is going retrograde in Leo in your 5th house of creativity. Mercury has been going retrograde in fire signs for the last couple of years, and I'm pleased to say that starting in 2019, the Mercury retrogrades will start to be happening in more of the water signs. So the fire family is going to get a break from this whole retrograde learning curve, Mercury retrograde learning curve. Tell you what. But as you can see, by the end of the month, Mercury's retrograde, Saturn's retrograde, Neptune's retrograde, Mars is still retrograde, your ruling planet. There's so much retrograde happening along with eclipse season. It's a time for all of us to check in with our internal guidance systems. And as I've been realizing with all this energy, the upside to knowing, yeah, there you go. See what's so interesting? This is what I was about to say with eclipses and retrogrades. These are energies that if you know about them, you can utilize them to leverage yourself forward. You don't have to stop moving forward. We never stop integrating and pushing forward. We never do. Even when you're resting and you're taking your nap, you're doing something that is changing and shifting the pieces around for you. But if you know about these energies and you're conscious of them and you understand a lot of people are going to be frazzled around you, you can utilize those energies to make big plans moving forward. Instead of letting those energies whip you around like a rag doll and take you here and take you there. As conscious creators, these energies can not decide how you utilize your energy. They can't decide if you're feeling burnout because you spent too much energy on situations that can't be helped right now. You can't blame a retrograde for that, right? And I know you guys already know this. You have a really good sense of reality, honestly, in many ways. Another one of the things I love about you. 6 of Cups. Wow, there is the other side to all this, especially with a Mercury retrograde in your 5th house in Leo, is that past coming back eclipses and retrogrades have a real tendency to awaken old flames. Man, you guys there's something going on with relationships this month, which is exciting. And the Empress, she has been showing up a lot. And that's partially that Uranus and Taurus, that abundance, that sense of electricity and surprise in the earthy energy of Taurus. It's bringing us change and surprise in areas that we don't expect. And I'm telling you that Aquarius full moon is going to be a trip. Okay, let's talk through these cards, because I see so much good stuff for Aries this month, and I really like it. And it's so funny. If you watch astrology videos, people will say, buckle up. I will say that too. I will say buckle up. This month is not a month to be reactive or to assume anything about anybody else's process. This is particularly a month where if you feel like being reactive and just making something go away or ending something or cutting something off or being mad at somebody, I would highly suggest taking a breath and sitting back and giving it enough time to calm down. Or keep watching that person and see what comes at the end, because however, there's a lot of abundance in this month as well, and I think that's where you can utilize the eclipses and the retrogrades to be a springboard from which to get exactly what you want. It's the perfect manifesting energy, and that is what I see for Aries. So that's where I'm saying, utilize your energy wisely, because if you're picking where you put your energy, you will be able to have huge results. Huge results, especially as we hit Leo season on July 22nd, and you're in your fire family. We're in fire family energy. Woohoo! I'm so excited for Leo season, even with the retrograde. You are going to find that abundance doubles back and gives you a lot. So we start with these first 4 cards for the first half of the month. 6 of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, and Temperance. Amazing. Amazing. And the thing that, like I said at the very beginning as I was talking through, 6 of Swords, to me, it's that thing that you can put something down that is no longer serving you. Of course, this can be about breakups or endings of relationships that aren't working for you. A lot of times that's what it is. But the 6 of Swords goes so far beyond that, because a lot of times it's just about how we hold ourselves prisoner in our own minds, about things we feel we have to keep showing up to, even when it's not something that we particularly want to anymore. And it's in fact taking a lot of our energy. You know, drawing some clear boundaries for yourself, releasing yourself from some burdens. And as soon as you give yourself that little bit of a respite, Aries, instead of forcing yourself to keep showing up, because I know you love to just keep showing up and you push yourselves to be the best. I know. But as soon as you kind of give yourself that rest, I mean, truly, you create the space for partnership and for infusions of financial opportunity to come in. You know, right away, Ace of Pentacles, for me, this is about bounty when it comes to resources. Jupiter going direct in the 8th house can be about infusions of money in unexpected places. You have Uranus in your 2nd house as well, which is this surprise element in your house of money. So your houses of money are really lit up right now by these outer planets. So this can be a real month where if you are diligent about your money, you could really have some rewards coming in. And then on top of that, partnership and expansion. New horizons when it comes to partnership. For those of you in established relationships or in newer relationships, when I see these 2 energies, what I see is, first of all, balance. Really nice sense of balance. You can see there's 2 cups in both of these cards. And the understanding is that these cups fill each other from the overflow. Temperance is about tempering, finding balance, finding evenness in the exchange, and it's also about expanding your horizons past where you've been before. I see a lot of you stepping into a new era when it comes to relationships, perhaps committing more deeply, perhaps having some deep conversations that clarify where you stand with somebody. Or if, maybe you're in a partnership and it's been one of you has been kind of quiet, keeping some things to themselves because they've been working through and processing some things, and now you have a conversation where it gets clear as to what that process is for them. But this is very lovely energy, and it's very supportive and kind. And here's where I was saying, the supportive kind energy of Cancer season is beautiful when we trust it. And the Cancer new moon is all about that, I think, at some level. And like I said, there's this reactiveness. Everybody's going to be very tempted to be reactive and greedy for results and greedy for information. All of us, not just Aries. I'm not talking just about you. This is everybody. But if you take the time to just be a little bit patient and a little bit quiet and settle in and listen in a little bit, what you'll find is that the water energy of Cancer, the first 22 days of the month, 21 days of the month, can furnish you with this beautiful emotional support if you give it that moment, that breath. And that's what I'm seeing here. So, find that, you guys have the biggest, warmest hearts. I just love it. I love how open and giving you are. I feel so at ease in your presence. And this is part of why I love you guys so very much. And I know how giving you are. You're some of the most giving people I know in my life. You have this ability to just do it so naturally. It's not even something that you have to sit there and consciously do. And so I already know you want this. You love the exchange of this heart energy. You just have it in your bones. But you're also impatient and you're also hungry to try for the experience and to go for it. And like I said, this is like a different utilization of your energy where you still get to be eager, you still get to be excited, you still get to be effusive. But you're learning how to also receive that, right? And not just give it. And there's a beautiful moment where you give yourself that pause to receive and it comes to you. And that's such a validating feeling. I'm kind of seeing that for you here, Aries. The other element that's going on is the second half of this month where we really get some interesting energies. I mean, that's where that Aquarius full moon is going to be. And where the retrograde action is going to start hitting and where Leo season is going to start lighting you up. That fire energy is really going to just help you feel like you're flowing a little bit more, Aries. And with that is coming what I'm seeing here as setting your intentions for the second half of this year, the last 4 or 5 months of this year. Really be deliberate. This is a great time to set your sights on what you want this year to be and really think about it, because, okay, we'll start here. Page of Wands, Two of Wands. An infusion of information. I keep seeing you guys getting these big light bulb moments, these big moments of clarity and conversation in projects that maybe you've been waiting for. You haven't been certain. You haven't totally bought into it. You've been a little wary. Page of Wands is that infusion of knowing. And what that does for you is it spurs you to think bigger. A horizon is opening up here for you. So for those of you planning world travel or expanding your businesses or making changes in your home environment or in some kind of big project in your life, or in your creative projects, especially in your romance sector, because Leo energy is so good for you for this, for expanding all of this, for expanding that heart energy you have. I see you making very big plans. And if you're paying attention and listening to the downloads, you're going to be able to see how you can leverage the energy moving all the way into 2019 to your best advantage. And this fire energy is so good for you. And I think you've been really longing for it. It's been a very fire-free environment since your season, honestly. It's really been a lot more about water. It's been a lot more about earth. That's been super dominant. And so for fire, it's been tough. So I'm liking seeing this return to your full creative power, to your full energy. The final piece of the puzzle here, my friends, is, like I said, retrograde action can really bring things from the past up and deep connections up. Here's what I will say about the Six of Cups and the Empress. This is abundant, and this is beautiful, and this is heartfelt, and this is tender, loving, soft energy. It is so soft and warm and wonderful. It is. It is just beautiful. You all are warriors, and you all are strivers, and you are heart givers, and you just know how to keep pushing forward. I love it. But underneath that beautiful, warm exterior of ability to keep pushing forward, there have been wounds, there have been losses, there have been times when it felt like if you kept giving of yourself in this open-hearted way where you keep showing up relentlessly, that it just will destroy you. And with all this retrograde action, especially your ruling planet, it forces you to look at that and decide between two paths, to trust the fear, the worry, the fear of entrapment, or being trapped, not so much entrapment, being trapped, the fear of being abandoned, the fear of being judged for being too much in the past with people that maybe you really adored and loved. You can choose to go back that way, or you can choose to move forward. And everything that I'm seeing here for you is support in moving forward. Also, for those of you who are like looking for love, you're ready for that partner to come in, here's what I'm seeing. They might show up this month. You might start having conversations with this person, or you might meet this person out of left field, especially with that Aquarian full moon, or even start a relationship with somebody who is a friend or just an acquaintance. That could very well happen. Also, for those of you single, looking for love, the other side of this. This is really good manifesting energy, a great time to have fun, engaging with this Two of Cups, Six of Cups, Empress, Temperance, Two of Wands, Page of Wands energy, because I see a lot of fire action coming in for the Aries family when it comes to that. So I'm going to pull a final card for our talk today with my Cosmic Tarot. I think the second half of this year is going to be super romantic for Aries. Super fun, flirty, romantic, creative, heart-based, you guys getting back into your flow, and I think feeling like you can be your natural selves again. So this check-in time is actually kind of beautiful for that, because I think there's been some fears about being fully yourselves for a few months. So Temperance came out again. Maybe have some Sagittarians in your life. I'm a Sagittarius rising, just saying. Leo sun, for those wondering. Temperance. Temperance. You got it. This is your first and last card, actually. Or no, it's not. This was the fourth card, but still. Double dose of expanded horizons. Double dose of finding that beautiful balance point between giving and receiving. I never would tell an Aries to not give of their hearts in that honest, forthright way that you do. So great. The only reason I ever say to slow down and look in and take a breath is just because I want you to also be able to receive. I also want you to feel that somebody could give of themselves to you the way you give of yourself. And give that space. Some of what this month is about is just creating enough space to welcome in that next thing. And I can take this advice myself. So I'm really excited. I have some butterflies in my stomach as I'm talking to you, my Aries. I just really like to see you guys having a happy experience and expanding into some new territory this month. It's just a great thing to see. I would love to see you over on Instagram at the SARAHTAROT. You can follow me there. And we're going to be trying to do more energy check-ins over there, so you can check that out. Also, I'll be doing video readings for Leo season, pre-recorded readings for people, and I'll be traveling a little while, and then I'll be continuing to do, I still am booking live sessions on Skype, but those are going to start to be happening in late August and September, so if you want to check out my calendar and set up one of those, I would love to work with you guys, so truly, or do a video reading before then. Email me if you're interested in one of those. I'll leave all of my info in the description box. Plus, I'm wearing some of the most beautiful jewelry I've ever gotten from PinkLune. 15% off. Go check her out. Handmade, ethically sourced, gorgeous. And I'm sitting here with Jill Sand's beautiful artwork. She has prints of this gorgeous Cancer painting here and other paintings on her website. She's so beautiful. Her work is so beautiful. So I will leave her website and Instagram below as well. And I love you guys. I'm so excited. I will see you in August for more fun.